righty, ladies and gentlemen, it is 7 o'clock. We are week 4 of the Whelen Tour Mods. We are at Langley Speedway this evening. Caden Tufts last week won North Wilkesboro. He was just a force to be reckoned with. We'll see if he can repeat that performance tonight. As we go through the point standings for the season, I'm going to rely on my buddy here in the Discord. He's going to go over the top 3 or top 5 drivers. So anytime you want to run down that list, the floor is yours.
Yeah, so this has been a pretty good little division between everybody. We're kind of happy we started this up. So right now the leader is Devin Smith, sitting at 163 points with 1 win. And only 4 points back from him is David Hillbilly Hara at 159. And then just a few points behind him is Kyle Martin with 154. And 1 point back in 4th is Joseph Hull with 153. And then the rounding out the top 5 is Tyrone Yo with 147. So it's been a pretty competitive league all in all. The points are real tight. Should be interesting here down the stretch.
All righty, thank you for that information. I'd have to assume with the dominant performance that Caden Tufts has put on, he started the league a little bit later than some of these other guys, but obviously he's a force to be reckoned with as he climbs up the point standings. He's my favorite for tonight, but I haven't watched him race at Langley Speedway. Who do you got your eyes on tonight, and who should we be looking out for?
Personally, I would never put anything past Casey Piccola. He's been pretty quick in the races he's been in. I think if I saw correctly, he looks like he's pretty tight time-wise with Caden tonight. So I think it'll come down to those two more than likely tonight. I do like Casey, but I mean, overall, Caden, I think he's run 2 races in this series, and he's won both races he started in. So he's always the man to beat unless he has some issues, gets caught up in a wreck or something like that. So definitely Caden and Casey are the two to kind of keep an eye on tonight.
All righty, as we are in the middle of qualifying here, as you can see, we got 3 minutes and 40 seconds left to go. Casey coming in with a 15.2. He's the guy to chase here in the qualifying is Devin Smith. Oh, nope, looks like that's going to be changing just a little bit live time. So Casey's actually going to drop behind Caden Tufts, who pulled in a tough 15.02, followed by Casey, Devin Smith, who's 0.23 seconds behind. You got Kyle Martin coming in at 4th so far as we start rounding out the qualifying sessions here. Yep, Kyle's going to stay in that 4th position, followed by Edward Ridson, I believe. Is how you pronounce that?
I believe so.
Tyrone, Frederick Hool, both a half second behind our pole sitter, Caden Tufts, whose second lap actually broke into the 14s. Joseph Hool and David Hillbilly is going to be our last place qualifier. He's a second behind Caden Tufts as we get ready to get onto the grid here. I think we'll finish out the full 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Just a big shout out to simracingapps.com. As you can see, they are our leaderboard for this evening. So a lot better look than we had going on last week, but one step at a time here at All American Racing League. As I've always said last week, if you're new to the broadcast or you're catching this VOD on a YouTube channel and you're interested in doing some Thursday night racing, they are racing every Thursday night, 7:30 Eastern Time. This season, it is the Tri-Track Trifecta, and it is the Whelen Tour Mods. However, next season, it looks like the vote's going to be switching vehicles over to the late models. So it's never too late to join this season. Get in here. It's a good group of guys, real fun, really easy to get along with, and get some laps in before the season's over. And then, as I previously said, next season it looks like it's going to be the late model tour. So, but I do believe that's going to stay the tri-track. Is that correct?
I believe so. We're going to select 3 tracks and run the same setup we have this season with the mods.
Okay, good. So, yeah, if you guys are interested, if you're out there, again, if you're watching this live or you catch this VOD, don't hesitate. Look them up on Facebook, All American Racing League. They do have a pretty active Discord. Everybody helps each other out. You got a question about a setup with a car. You got a question about your hardware or your software. Everybody gets along really well and helps each other out the best they can. But with that being said, on Thursday nights, that all changes. There's no friends here on the track. They're going to be racing. Everybody's going to be racing hard. As you can see with the times, it's pretty close. There's a lot of action here, a lot of close action. I mean, if you look at the top three right there, I mean, they're just 200s behind Caden Tufts. In the top five as well. I mean, that fourth position and that fifth position isn't too far behind. They're within that half second. And then it's not until you get to the sixth position with Edward that you start getting about a half second behind the pole sitter. So very competitive league and a lot of great action. We're going to be testing out some new camera angles tonight, so please excuse me if we do miss a little bit of the action here and there. Of course, I'm not going to try to, but it is a new setup, and we'll give it the best we got. So we get ready. 5 seconds left of qualifying, then we're going to get onto the grid. We're going to start looking at some of the. Oh man, I apologize to these guys. They are going to be. I'm going to hear about it in the Discord. I do not have my trading paints open or active, so we're not going to see any of their custom liveries, and that's on me. I forgot to do it. We were focusing so much on getting things ready for the stream as far as OBS and sim racing apps that I totally forgot to open up and activate trading paints. So I promise you guys, next week I will have that available to you guys. I know some guys were, they weren't angry, but they were just like, come on, man. You got to have the trading paint. You got to have the right liveries out here. So that's my mistake, guys. Too late now. We'll get that taken care of next week. It's going to be one lap to green here. As we're going to hop on the stock iRacing paint there. I'm sure he's got a cool paint job that we're just not going to be able to see on the broadcast tonight because I'm just a little slow on things here. So, and I believe Kyle Martin both had some moments last week where they looked really, really fast. And Kyle Ridson is on the grid at 11th. It looks like he missed qualifying, but that's okay. As the pace car's getting ready to take him round. One lap to green, as you can see above the simracingapps.com logo on the top of the screen. We're going to get these tires warm as Caden Tufts, he likes pushing that pace car as close as he can. Always having a good time out there. Any final thoughts before we go green here? Anything to expect about Langley in particular?
I'll tell you, Langley's a tough little track. I mean, it's short, no banking whatsoever. Really hard to get the throttle down off the corner. This guy's sideways coming off the corner and probably halfway down the straightaway, if not all the way down the straightaway. Real tough track to get a handle on. So, but we'll see who can figure this place out.
Yeah, as we get ready for this pace car to get off and go green, I did see a lot of cars in practice get a little bit squirrely there. There was a couple of accidents in practice. We'll see if they can keep it together on the track here as we get ready to go green. Pace car should be coming off as it comes off turn 4. We got Caden Tufts and Casey going to be leading the pack. Pace car is off. Green flag is out. Number 88, once again, with a huge jump out to the lead. And as we already got our first wreck right there, that looks like Joshua in the back of Kyle Martin right off the start there. So we're already going to be in our first caution. As you can see up top, this is a 75-lap race, and that's just unfortunate. Let's see if we can get a better look at what just went down there. Yep, there it is right there. So was doing a little nice donut there, so real nice. So a little tough break there. You never want to see that on green. I don't know if somebody had just, spun the tires and didn't get, a really good jump, and the car behind them did, and it happens on all levels of motorsports, from Whelen Tour Mods all the way up to NASCAR. I mean, sometimes you spin the tires, you get a slow start, and it looks like that's what happened there. So we'll regroup, and we'll go green here again. We start seeing a little bit of contact here. This is under yellow, so I'm not too sure why everybody's being as aggressive as they are, but maybe that's what Langley brings out in people. People are ready to go. It's the night time. It's probably about mid-June right here. Everybody's been waiting all year to get out onto the track. We'll see how the restart goes, as we're going to catch back up with the leader, Caden Tufts. She's going to bring us around. Again, very unfortunate. You never want to start a race like that, especially, not for the guys that were involved, but some of the guys up front, too, got some really good lifts off of green. Already had started making separation within, just that the first turn and the first straightaway. So to be up front and to get such a good gap between you and second place, and now you're going to have to regroup, obviously, in yellow. Nobody wants that, so... looks like for whatever reason we got the green flag out. That's what my spotter's telling me. That's what Sim Racing Apps is telling me. But here on the track, we are still under caution. Not sure what's going on with that. Some technical difficulties there, but we'll just call it like we see it, which is still under yellow. Pace car's still on the track. So we take a look from the blimp from the sky down. Get a really good look at this track. It is a very short track. The cars do get a little bit sideways there coming out of the exit. So that's where I've seen a lot of the crashes happening in practice was, the latter half of the apex on these turns, and definitely exiting out of the turns onto the straightaways, just getting a little bit loose there. So we get double file. That could only mean one thing. This pace car is getting ready to get off the track, as we're going to be completed 10 laps of 75, 9 of them being under caution. Pace car's off. Caden Tuft with a huge rip coming down the back straightaway, just leaving everybody in the dust. Devin Smith, Casey going to be following us up in the back. I think our leaderboard's all screwed up right now, because that's not the 41 car. Yes, it is. Okay, we're good. We're good. But again, Caden just so good on those restarts. She's already pulled ahead a second and a half, even more. Close to 2 seconds on our second place, Devin Smith, followed by Casey, Joseph, Kyle, David, and Tyrone, who's already a lap down, must have been involved in that first wreck. As we see the battle for second place here, that's the 41 of Casey behind the 95 of Devin Smith. Devin's first place in our standings right now, so he's got a lot to be out there racing for. He definitely wants a podium every week that he can, as he is in the Mountain Dew 95 car. Now we got a couple of laps under us. All the jitters are out. All the goosebumps go away, and it's just time to get your head in the game here and start focusing. We should have quite a bit of laps here. Green. Seems like everybody's got their stuff under control here. As we jump into the cockpit here of Casey in that third place, right on the bumper of the 95 of Devin Smith, as he comes a little bit high out of turn 2, going into turn 3, right on the bumper of the 95 car, holding it together. Not much room for overtaking on this track, as we've all said. I mean, this is short track racing right here. You don't get too many opportunities to get a run on those straightaways. because they're so short. This is a 0.4 mile track, so you kind of just got to dig into your line and hope that maybe the guy in front of you makes a mistake and gives you an opening, which right now that's what Casey's looking for. I don't know if Devin Smith is going to be the guy to make the mistake and open that door. So we hop back on board with Devin Smith. You can see Caden still in his sight. He's about a turn behind, as you can see up in the relative there, about 2.5 seconds back from our leader, Caden Tufts. Joined the league late, but has already been a force to be reckoned with, as I said prior. But Devin Smith's not going to stop the fight, obviously, as he's got Casey hot on his tail right there. Followed by Kyle Martin, Frederick Hool, Joshua Hetrick, and Edward Ridson finishing out your top 7. I apologize if I get your guys' names wrong. Just hit me up in the Discord and let me know how dumb I sounded when I tried to pronounce your name, and we'll try to fix it before next week. Oh, it looks like somebody got along the wall there. I'm not too sure who that was. But that's not good. I mean, those are the kind of mistakes you have to avoid on a small track like this. Can't give up any time. Trying to give everybody some TV time back there. David Harris is in the pit. He was the one that scraped the wall a little bit. Obviously, probably got some front suspension damage coming off that wall. His car's going to be no good unless if he does pit. So he's unfortunately going to be at least 1 lap down, probably 2 or 3, as his pit crew gets to work on his car. You hate to see it. So we hop back here to the middle of the pack. Got some good side-by-side racing back here. That's the 73 of Edward Ridson, 13 seconds behind the leader here. It doesn't appear like they're in any danger right now of getting lapped, but here in a couple of more laps, if they don't start finding their groove, I think Caden Tufts and Devin Smith and Casey are going to be hot on their tail before this race is over. So we jump back to that battle of second or third. Probably the most intriguing race right now is for the battle of second, as Caden Tufts does have his lead out to 3.6, almost 4 seconds in the lead. Obviously, that's going to fluctuate as he goes into the curve and out of the curve, but you get the point. He's miles ahead of the second-place car, Devin Smith, and the third-place car of Casey. I wish I knew how to pronounce your last name, Pacala. Kyle Martin in the fourth. He's about 8 seconds behind, so it's really, the top 3 cars here. If Caden Tufts makes a few mistakes here and there, Devin Smith and Casey will be right back coming to the action. As far as everything else goes, it is pretty much a 3-man race right now. I don't know how the point systems are, but, you never want to give up on a race, and you can go home and in an 11-man field, you can feel pretty good about that 5 or that P6 as long as you ran a clean race. So here's the race for second place. It's 41 of Casey's looking to the inside, just can't get it right now. Devin Smith coming off high, but Casey right on his bumper as they go into turn 3, coming out of turn 4. Casey's going to make a run, but 95 of Devin Smith cuts him off. They both go high on the outside, right back into turn 2, or turn 1, excuse me. As you can see, this track is just so short, you cannot make any mistakes, and you cannot pass anybody, really. I mean, let's be honest. So everybody's just finding the groove right now. 35 of 75 laps. Oh, as a contact between Devin and Casey almost sent the 95 car of Devin Smith around. That's just some hard racing right there, especially on this short track, man. So on my relative here, it looks like Casey took the lead on the 95, but just not so sure that's accurate as I'm looking at the 95 of Devin Smith in front of Casey. Not sure what that's about there, but I don't know what was wrong with that stream. I do apologize. We did miss the pass between Casey and Devin Smith. I think I might have been caught up in the previous crash scene, but either way, I mean, the battle for second and third, Casey and Devin Smith has flip-flopped. Devin Smith still on Casey's trail here as Caden has, looks like his lead is starting to come down a little bit as he had to fight through some lap traffic. Definitely slow him down a little bit, but with that being said, still a comfortable lead as our second and third place cars now have to go around on the inside of these lap cars. Hopefully they give them enough room. You never want to be that guy that challenges. When you see the blue flag, just get to the outside. Let the guy through. No ego necessary. As you can see now, Caden Tufts made it through the lap traffic, extended his lead back up to that multiple second lead. So looks like David has retired for the evening. We got a couple of cars that are 2 laps down in Tyrone. Kyle Ritson, Edward Ritson, both a lap down. Joseph Houle still on the lead lap for now. We hop on board with our leader. I haven't seen him for a while. We were kind of concentrating on that battle for second place. He's out here cruising, as you can see, some of these lap cars being gentlemen out there on the track, letting the leaders through. That's what you're supposed to do, as we got 31 laps to go here on Thursday night. Whelen Tour Mods at Langley Speedway. Don't be shy. If you're new to this area, you're coming across our VOD, or you're watching this live, be sure to check them out on Facebook.com. They do have a Discord. They're very active. They also do run other leagues. They got a Sunday Night Cup League, I believe, or maybe that's Legends, but they do run Cup cars as well. Hey, can we pull David in here? And it looks like he retired. Maybe we can see how damaged his car was. I think he was the car that came out of turn 3, hit the wall pretty hard. We saw him go to the pits, and now he's out. I'd like to be able to speak to him if he's available. Looks like we got a yellow flag here. Oh! Big crash from our second place car, Casey and Devin Smith. They've been running bumper to bumper all race long, as he appeared to just get a little bit loose coming off the turn 3 there, turn 2, and just ate that wall. That's unfortunate for the 41 there. Yep, just came up a little bit high. And you got to think, too, it looked like Devin Smith ate a little bit of contact there on the front of his car. Hopefully everything's mechanically still there. He doesn't lose any speed. But what a break for the Kyle Martin in the 99, sitting at 4th. Joshua Hetrick sitting in 5th in the 25, as we're going to regroup here with 25 laps to go. Just an unfortunate event there.
David Hara in the booth. I don't know if you can.
Hey, David, do you got a copy? Everybody's going to come in, get a fresh set of tires, probably fix some damage that's going on some of these cars. It's still 25 laps to go, still a pretty lengthy race, so everybody's able to kind of come in, get some fresh tires, and have a really competitive end to the race here. Looks like Joseph Houle actually came out of the pits before Caden Tufts. So that's a huge, I mean, I think he was sitting like 7th place before that caution possibly. So he's definitely our big winner coming out of the pits there, as he jumps from, I want to say 7th or 8th, all the way up to P1 for this restart. As we try to get David on here for a quick interview, I'm not too sure if he's in the broadcasting Discord yet or not. If he is, or if he's watching the stream and you want to step on in and talk about that incident that happened that kind of took you out of the race, feel free to do so. If not, that's all right too. So Casey came out of the pits, it looks like 5th for now as we start getting these cars back to being adjusted. I'm sure that standings will change a little bit, but as it reads, Joseph Houle is in the P1, followed by Caden Tufts, Devin Smith, Kyle Martin, and Casey rounding out your top 5. We'll see if that changes as these guys get realigned, but I think that is pretty much set in stone as we have 1 lap to green. Nope, okay, so it did reset. Okay, my apologies. I was just looking at the standings up there, but Kyle Martin might be our big winner as he sneaks up to the P3 position. Casey, who was involved in that, it was a 2-car wreck, but I think he pretty much took the blunt of that, so he's going to be starting P4, followed by Frederick Houle, Joseph Houle, Kyle Ritson, Edward Ritson, Joshua Hetrick. As we get going to green, Caden Tuff with another huge jump off the line. 99 dives on the inside. Devin Smith losing that P2 position as he had to go up high. As we see if 99 can give Caden a run for his money. It looks like we're going to be under another caution. Let's see what we can find out here. Oh, yeah, it looks like a big one here. As the 73 car of Edward just got a little bit high. That's tough as that's a multi-car crash. Obviously the 73 of Edward Ritson and the 02 of Tyron catching the blunt of it, but I do believe that Joseph looked like he caught a little bit of it too, at least on the front end, so that's unfortunate. As we're going to go under caution again, 20 laps to go. Yeah, I got a copy. We'll see if anybody's got a pit on that one. I'm assuming Edward Ritson, his car's got to be pretty beat up after that. That was a pretty hard smack against the wall. Came down, made collision with another car. So he's probably not in the best shape right now. But nonetheless, I just don't think anybody's going to be able to beat Caden off the line. And last week's race at North Wilkesboro, and as we see here at Langley Speedway, just really tough to compete with off the line. Runs a clean race and stays up in the front most of the time. Devin Smith also being very competitive. He was running top 3, top 5 last week as well. And Casey in the 41 car. So definitely still a competitive grid here, and anything can happen. So, I mean, all it takes is Caden to make one mistake, get loose, hit the wall, and it's anybody's game here. But big shout out to simracingapps.com providing this overlay for us as we can see the standings up there. 17 to go as we are under caution here at Langley Speedway in week 4 of the Tour Mods. Some short track action on Thursday nights, as I believe their season possibly about midway through. I'm not too sure on that, but I'd have to check. Next week we'll definitely have some more information for you on how many weeks these guys are going to be running. Looks like the pace car is going to stay on one more time. Caden's not having any of it. He's getting ready back to race. He wants that pace car off. So Kyle Martin going to be sitting P2, the big winner after this this caution here, as he's kind of been quietly in the back, running a clean line. We haven't really seen him too much. He was kind of in that 7th, 8th, 9th position, but it just goes to show as we got 1 lap to green here. Pace car is going to be coming off. Caden Tuff with another monster jump out. 99 is going to be on the outside. Oh, looks like we got another crash here. We can't get a restart to save our lives here at Langley Speedway. Oh my gosh. As I accidentally hit the wrong button. I don't think we're going to see a replay of that, but you can see the damage here. Number 25 of Joshua Hetrick, the 59 of Frederick Houle. See if we can get a better look at this on this restart here. The 43 just comes down. I don't know if he got loose. But Jesus, taking down half the field is the 49 of Joseph Houle. Because I think he just got a little bit loose coming on that restart. and made contact with some other drivers. Let's take another look at that. I'm not sure what that was, but just unfortunate there. We've had a couple of restarts on this track that hasn't gone according to plan, so that's okay though. Got the pace car back out there 12 laps ago. About the time we go green, should be about 8 or 9 laps left, I would assume. Not too sure how long this pace car is going to stay. It would be nice to have just a nice even 10 laps to go, but we'll see how it plays out. There will be a green-white checkered finish if needed. Some of these restarts getting a little dicey here, but these guys have ran a long race so far, 75 laps. Ain't the easiest for, a lot of people might think that's easy to do, but on a short track like this, on a car like this that has a lot of power on the rear end, trying to keep it, on track, it's not an easy task. So I think maybe some fatigue starting to show out there a little bit, both mentally and physically. So we hop on board in the cockpit of Caden Tufts. He's going to be bringing us along behind this pace car here. As we're gonna see from his POV just how well he gets on these restarts. There we go, pace car off. 9 laps to go. Let's see how long we can stay green. Caden Tufts, Kyle Martin in the 99, Devin Smith in the P3 position, followed by Casey, who was involved in a wreck earlier. Frederick Hula finishing out our top 5. As you can see, Caden's really got to work that wheel to keep the car straight onto the track. As he comes out, it gets a little bit loose, you can see. Having to do a lot of counter steering there. A lot of power on a short track here. So we get to take a look at the pack behind him. We do have Devin Smith back into the second place. He did lose it to Casey earlier in the race. Casey did get into that accident, though. Had to forfeit that. I think he was back in about 5th place after everybody came out of the pit. So he's worked his way back into the P3 position. Good on him. Kyle Martin falls back to P4. Caden Tufts running about a second ahead. The rest of the pack here. We got 5 laps to go here. Frederick Cool, Joshua Hedrick, Kyle Ritson finishing off our top 7 there. Tyron Ho, Edwin Joseph Hool, top 10, couple of laps down. Three laps to go. Caden Tufts with the second lead as we do. Looks like a car is going to take the low road there and get out of everybody's way. Maybe make his way back off pit road. Respect on that one. Way to finish the race there. I'm not too sure who that was, but be real easy to just hit that garage button and step out. But now he's back on the track. I think that was the 4 car of Kyle Ritson. So good on you. 1 lap to go. Caden Tuff going to be taking us home. As it looks like we had a spit out on the track there with 1 lap to go. Luckily, didn't affect the race too much there, as Caden does have to fight his way a little bit around lap traffic there, but I don't think he was too concerned. He had a pretty good lead there, so that's going to be your race right there. Caden Tuff's going to be taking his 2nd win in a row, followed by Devin Smith in P2. Casey in that 3rd position. Those guys battled it out all night long. Some very good racing before Casey kind of got loose there and ate the wall. But that's going to be your podium. Caden Tufts, Devin Smith, Casey taking it home, respectively. Followed by Kyle Martin, Frederick Kuhl, Joseph Hetrick, and Kyle Ritson in that 7th place position. Followed by Tyrone, Edward, Joseph, and David Huaz. We know he went out a little bit earlier in the race. So that's going to be it for week 4 of the Whelen Tour Mods as Caden Tufts does a little victory lap there. Smoke 'em if you got 'em, they say. But that's week 4 here at Langley Speedway. Brought to you by All American Racing. Shout out to everybody that helped with the stream here. As Caden's going to go backwards on the track. Congratulations to all the drivers out there. That was a tough race, man. You could tell. I mean, we were on board with Caden there those last couple of laps. You really got to do a lot of counter steering on here. So hats off to everybody involved. 75 laps isn't an easy feat on Langley Speedway. Next week, what track are we on? If anybody in Discord with me?
I believe next week we should be back to New Smyrna Speedway.
Yeah, New Smirnoff Speedway.